Lisa was just an ordinary kid from Thailand with dreams that were far too big for her hometown or her home language, Thai. But at just age 13, she got a once-in-a-lifetime shot at becoming a big star.
พอรู้ว่าเขาเรียกเราคนเดียวแบบเฮ้ยมันเป็นไปได้ด้วยเหรอแบบ
The catch? Well, she had to move to Korea by herself and master the language in just 2 years or lose the chance forever. Now here's the crazy part. Before she even turned 19, Lisa wasn't only fluent in Korean, she'd added 3 more languages on top and became the most popular female idol in K-pop history. So popular, in fact, that she was part of the inspiration for K-pop demon hunters. Heard of that? In this video, I'm going to show you how she pulled it off and why her story might just change the way you think about learning any language. Growing up in Thailand, Lisa was just a sweet, shy kid, but always the one who jumped on stage for school dance shows. Back then, though, her name wasn't even Lisa, it was Prampriya. Beautiful, but a bit of a mouthful. Am I even saying it right? Let me know in the comments. And one thing that Prampriya loved was music. Dancing just lit her up. She entered every local competition that she could find, and soon there were trophies stacking up at home. Meanwhile, at school, she was learning English the way that most Thai kids do. A foreign teacher in the classroom, probably looks a little bit like me. She only started English lessons in middle school though, so we're talking just very basic English. She'd also lost her real dad, and at home, her Swiss stepdad would speak to her in English.
So I want to know which one better, the one you make or my one?
Picture this cute kid speaking Thai at home, picking up scraps of English and dancing every spare minute. Nothing about this screamed future K-pop star. But then one day when she was 13 years old, YG Entertainment, one of the biggest music companies in Korea, announced auditions in Thailand. Over 4,000 excited girls showed up. 4,000, and Prampriya, yes, she was right there in the line.
야, 오디션이야? 옷 몇 개 입은 거야? 왜 바지 위에 바지 입었어?
So she auditions, yep, that's her, and then silence. No calls. Days turned into weeks. 2 months went by. Her mum was panicking, Prampriya was panicking, so mum did what mums do best. She dragged her to a fortune teller, and the fortune teller goes, you will only become a star if you change your name to Lalisa. Did it work? Well, we'll see. But 1 week after she changed her name, the call came.
We just held an open audition and she was one of them, you know.
And she stood out or what?
Yeah, she did. She stood out for sure.
And you know what happened next? Out of 4,000 girls, Lisa was the only one chosen. 1 in 4,000. That's insane odds. But here's the catch. This opportunity was for K-pop, and Lisa was Thai. She didn't speak a word of Korean. What on earth was she going to do? She couldn't say no to her dreams, so she packed a suitcase and said goodbye to her family and got on a plane to Seoul with no idea what was waiting when she landed. Now, most of us won't face this kind of pressure, but traveling can still throw you into survival mode. You step off a plane, you reach for your phone, and nothing works. No signal, no Wi-Fi. Suddenly you're stranded in a new country with no way to contact anybody. It happens, right? Which is why I use Saily E-Sim. It's a handy little travel app made by Nord Security that gives you instant mobile data in over 180 countries, and they're very kindly sponsoring this video. You can get this even in Korea, and you can just imagine if Lisa had something like Saily, she could have called her mum the moment she landed. Now, it's cool because you don't have to worry about buying a SIM card or begging an airport cafe for their password. There aren't even any roaming fees. You just download the app before you leave on your trip, you pick a data plan and install the eSIM with a couple of taps on your phone. And they've even given me a 15% discount code, which you can use if you like. You can use the code Olly Richards, all one word, at checkout. There you go, and you're online as soon as you land. I use this constantly for maps, for messages, finding my hotel. It's just one less thing to worry about when you are traveling. So to get it, just scan the QR code on the screen with your phone or click the link in the description, and don't forget 15% off with the code Olly Richards. Now, where were we? Lisa gets off the plane in Seoul, and she can't speak the language. She can't even read the airport signs. There's no family, there's no friends. She left her whole life behind, and for the next 5 years, YG Entertainment is her new home. But life in the trainee dorm room is pretty grim. Scrambled eggs and strawberry jam every day, and the place was crawling with the worst possible dorm mates, not exactly the K-pop fantasy she'd been sold. And then the real curveball, they told her she had 2 years to learn Korean or go back home. Her impossible dream suddenly came with a deadline. Now, Lisa never even thought she was good at languages, but now it wasn't optional. It was survival.
สวัสดีค่ะลิซ่า Blackpink นะคะลิซ่ารู้สึกตื่นเต้นและดีใจมากๆที่ได้มาอยู่กับครอบครัว AIS
Training was, well, it was insane. 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, every month, another test, mess up once, and you're out. Girls dropped like flies, some quit, some got cut. No one knew who would survive. And the hardest part for Lisa, well, it wasn't the dancing, it was the silence. She missed her mum. She felt like an outsider, and she cried in the bathroom a lot those first months. Not because she couldn't perform, but because she couldn't follow what people were saying. She couldn't even join in the jokes because, well, Korean, right? And yes, she had some English, but guess what? English was no help there because her teacher banned English. She had to speak only Korean in class. No Thai, no English, even if she didn't know the words. They even had to spend their weekends learning the language by hanging out at public places like cafes and zoos. Oh, and her managers were ordered to only speak to her in Korean too, so it's all pretty brutal. There were days that she thought about packing it all in and just going back to school in Thailand, but that was the rule, sink or swim. And Lisa, she swam. I think you'll like this part. Lisa fought back the only way she could. Every day after training, she binged K-dramas. Pause, rewind, copy the lines, say them again and again. Her new friends chipped in to help her, especially Jenny, who spoke English.
When we were in the trainee days, I was pretty much the only person that knew how to speak English pretty fluently. There's still so much to do for us to make this happen.
Now, if you're wondering which shows helped her, her favorite was Goblin. She actually watched the whole thing twice because she fancied the main actor, Gong Yoo. You see, crushes can be very educational. She also read a ton of books to really imprint Korean on her brain. Now think about this for a second. Lisa had no way of knowing how long it would even take her to understand Korean, let alone speak it. So it must have been quite intimidating. And if you've ever tried learning a language yourself, you will know that same fear. That's why I created something called the Language Difficulty Guide. It shows how long different languages usually take to learn if you already speak English. On the quick end, you've got Spanish or Italian, but Thai and Korean, well, they are both all the way up in what we call tier 7, which means they're both quite difficult and take a long time to learn. And if that's not enough to scare someone off, they're not even related languages, Thai and Korean. Take a look at page 2 of my language difficulty guide. This is where you can see which languages actually help each other, like Dutch and German. They have similar grammar and vocabulary, so knowing one makes the other easier. But Thai and Korean, they don't share anything useful, different sounds, different grammar, even different writing. So for Lisa, there were no shortcuts. Even with Thai under her belt, she had to start Korean from zero. If you'd like this language difficulty guide, it's completely free. Just scan the QR code on the screen or grab the link in the description.
못 먹는 건 아보카도, 좋아하는 음식은 풀. 어? 아니야. 샐러드. Green.
She eats grass? You've got to laugh at your mistakes. That's half the fun. For Lisa, the breakthrough came when she started cracking jokes in Korean. This was the moment that she knew that she belonged. In only 6 months, the language that once shut her out was now her weapon.
제 볼살이 좀 빠진 것 같아요. 그때 진짜 되게 엄청 베이비 페이스였는데 조금 빠졌어요.
Wow. If you are Korean, let me know in the comments, how do you think that she sounds? Fast forward 5 years from that flight to Seoul, the kid who once cried in the bathroom walks on stage with 3 other trainees and a band name, Blackpink. 4 girls, 1 band, and the world was about to find out. Lisa, this was history in the making. She wasn't just the main dancer and rapper, she was the very first non-Korean artist ever signed to YG. And that was huge. And from day one, Blackpink exploded. Their videos hit millions, they had screaming fans across Asia, and Lisa, the shy kid from Thailand, was suddenly center stage, performing in Korean in the toughest music scene on earth. And Blackpink got so popular in America, they had to write their lyrics in English too. No one knew that some terrible things were just around the corner, but we are not at that part of the story yet. In this moment, Lisa had no idea she was about to learn another language. What do you do when your boss decides, okay girls, it's time to win over Japan? Spoiler alert, most of Japan is not going to understand your English songs, or your Korean songs for that matter, and certainly not your Thai.
Hey guys, do you speak English?
Little.
So Lisa had to start all over again. New language, new challenge, from Korean to Japanese. This time it wasn't about survival, it was about connection. See, if you can't speak to fans in their language, you can't win their hearts. So the company brought in Japanese tutors. I wonder if they use my Japanese book. I have to ask them. And Lisa did what she always does. She treats it like dance practice. Repeat, adjust, repeat again. And then Blackpink hit their first Japan arena tour. Tens of thousands of fans night after night. And Lisa's not just performing, she's chatting to them in Japanese.
네.頭が痛むようにラブシックを表現するジェスチャーと
Wait, did her whole personality just change? The voice, the body language, she shapeshifted into Japanese. That's absolutely wild. By 19, she had 4 languages in her pocket and could switch without thinking. And yes, she nails the intonation in all of them.
青春追救人们，你们好，我是 Lisa。
Wow, that sounds super fluent.
这次我会带着《青春有你》第2季，成为你们的导师。
Oh, come on, Chinese too? She looked unstoppable, but success attracts enemies, and darkness was on her trail. Behind the scenes, things turned nasty for Lisa. Not everybody liked her success. They said that she wasn't Korean enough. Not her talents, her face, her accent, her nationality. It's pretty horrific. And then it got much worse. In 2020, the threats began, not just hate online, but death threats. So serious that the Thai embassy in Seoul had to step in. Just think about that. She's worked so hard to get this far, and someone's out there threatening her life. It would have broken most people, but not Lisa. Instead, it lit the fuse for what came next. The megastar years.
I bring the pain like this.
Oh yes, she did. Listen, when you've done carpool karaoke with James Corden, you know that you're doing something right, even if you have to sit next to James Corden. And here's where it all pays off. Lisa is in the biggest girl group on the planet. She's got 9 Guinness World Records. She's recorded with Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars, Selena Gomez, and oh yeah, she's worth millions. As for the Netflix hit movie K-pop Demon Hunters that I mentioned earlier, Lisa is among the superstars who inspired those cool girl band characters. And when they were making the movie, the music director said the opening number had to feel like when you first heard Blackpink. I mean, that is a crazy leap from a shy kid from Bangkok who didn't speak a word of Korean. She even slipped into acting. If you watched The White Lotus, you might not have realized you were watching Lisa.
Welcome to the White Lotus in Thailand ค่ะ
And as if that wasn't enough, then Lisa joined the Korean army.
자, 반갑습니다. 삼사관학교에 입교하게 된 것을 진심으로 환영합니다.
반갑습니다.
대답은 예라고 합니다. 알겠습니까?
예, 알겠습니다. 최선을 다해서 대한민국을 지키겠습니다.
She looks terrified. What is going on? Okay, only kidding. It was just a military TV show, but not everyone gets to pretend. Some people really do learn languages in the army, and not for fame, but for survival, like the guy from South Africa who had to learn French in the French Foreign Legion, or take severe punishment. Now that story is insane, and you can watch it here right now.